Start. Dim.
Hello again, this is BGFH. Welcome back to Illegally Cited, and today I'm going to start another little series of videos here. We're going to not take a look at some more games today, but instead I'm going to start going through some accessibility features of iOS devices. And by iOS device I mean iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, iPad Mini, that kind of thing. So again, I'm using the iPhone 5 to record this right now. But I think what I'm going to do in the future here is I'm going to do kind of this branch of videos that I'm working on right now, which is kind of the exploring the built-in accessibility features of iOS, especially the low vision and blind stuff. I'll probably be concentrating the most on VoiceOver because that's what I use the most. I'm not sure how well, I'll have to test it, I'm not sure how well the Zoom magnification app is going to work with the recording software, but yeah, you never know, we can maybe give it a shot. So before I actually go into the hands-on stuff and start going into VoiceOver specifically, I want to cover the gestures and how to get started with your device and things like that. But for those unfamiliar and for those of who are not familiar with Apple accessibility in general, or wasn't aware that it was in there, or maybe not know too much about it, this video is kind of an intro to that. So I'm going to go to my home screen here.
X-Wrap. Double tap to open.
I do have my VoiceOver already running just so you can hear the things that I'm interacting with on the phone right now. I'm going to go to Settings, and of course your screen is going to look a lot different than mine, probably not near as many icons and folders and such. But I'm going to go to Settings. And we'll cover all the gestures and how to get there through VoiceOver and all that kind of stuff in a future video. But right now this is just an overview showing like what the accessibility features are in iOS. So I'm going to go down a few items and I'm going to
General button.
Go to General. And I'm going
Not
to
connected.
scroll
Close down to
down
17. Accessibility button.
close to the bottom, and one of your items near the bottom of this list is accessibility. I'm going to go into that.
Accessibility. General.
And here we have a bunch of features that are just built into every iOS device, iPad, iPod Touch, iPhone, whatever. And these are not just low vision and blindness apps. These are low vision, blindness, hearing impaired, mobility impaired, just all kinds of different things. So I'll just kind of run through some of these features and what is actually included. Like I said, at no extra cost. That is the nice thing, is I don't have to worry about buying a $500, $700, $1,200 screen reader just to use my dang phone. Hooray.
Vision. Heading.
So we got a vision category here.
VoiceOver. On. Button.
VoiceOver. I'll go into that in a minute.
Zoom. Up. Button.
Zoom off. Again, I can go into that also in the future here.
Large text. 24-point. Button.
So right now I have chosen to enlarge some of the text to be 24-point font, which is sort of hit and miss because like some of the interface elements are still small. Some of it is big. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell like what font that's going to actually apply to. But there you go.
Invert colors. Off. Double tap to toggle setting.
Invert colors.
On.
Just what it sounds like. Except then if you're looking at images, they're going to look really messed up. But if you're not doing that a lot and you are working in an environment where you're reading a lot of text or something, just like any kind of magnification program for your computer, can be a very nice, handy thing because I know a lot of people like the darker background.
Invert colors. Speak selection. Off. Button.
Speak selection.
Speak auto text. Off.
Speak auto text. That is, I believe that's when it's trying to predict like what you're typing. I don't even know if I have that feature turned on. I think I turned it off because it annoyed the hell out of me. So now we go down.
Automatically speak auto corrections and auto capitalizations. Heading.
Okay, yeah, so that one actually does. Some of the items actually do have little blurbs about them underneath. So if I touch my finger right underneath them, you see
speak auto corrections and
you see the little highlight also where I touch. You can kind of tell where my finger is touching based on what's highlighted.
Hearing aids button. Automatic
so for hearing,
heading. Hearing aids button.
So you can actually configure this with actual hearing aids, so you're able to hear the calls and stuff. That I really haven't played with because I don't have a hearing impairment really. But I know we do work with, where I work, we do work with deafblind clients, and so hush. So, that it can be a very helpful feature.
LED flash for alerts off.
LED flash for alerts, which is nice. That's for the camera flash. If you get a phone call, you get a text message, you get some kind of an alert for your notification center, it'll flash instead of just doing a little audio or vibration for you. So you're able to see that, hey, something is drawing my attention here.
Mono audio off.
Mono audio, that can be helpful, especially if maybe somebody has can hear better in one ear and not the other, and they can hear all of the content in the one ear.
50% adjustable. 50% left-right stereo balance.
Oh, okay, left-right stereo. Okay, so yeah, nice. You can actually, I haven't even played with that, but yeah, so if you can hear better in one ear, you can kind of tweak it a little bit.
Guided learning. Heading.
Learning disabilities.
Guided access. Off button.
Guided access. I tried to play with this a little bit, but I haven't quite figured it out. It's a feature that was just released in iOS 6, and basically what you can do is you can define little areas of the screen or parts of a window or restrict apps so that, let's say, somebody does have a learning disability or you're teaching a class and you want them to stay within certain apps and you can't leave, go into somewhere else and start dinging around elsewhere. You can restrict that so that they have to stay within this app or only certain features of an app work or that kind of thing. So a lot of variety in the tool, and what you can do with that, although, like I said, I haven't played with it much.
Assistive touch. Off. Physical and motor.
So physical and motor.
Assistive touch. Off button.
Assistive touch. That's another one that I really haven't played with. But you can do like your own gestures and things for people who maybe can't use the physical keys on the device or have trouble with some of the traditional gestures, that kind of thing. You can customize a lot there.
Home click speed. Default button.
Home click speed. So again, if I wanted to triple click home or hit the home button twice, which is kind of the way to bring up the app switcher to switch applications, you can customize the speed of that.
Home click speed. Incoming calls. Default button.
Incoming calls. I'm not sure.
Choose route for incoming calls. Heading.
Okay, choose route for incoming calls. I'm not exactly sure what that does at this time. I've never played with it.
Triple click home. Voiceover button.
Now here is one of the key commands that you really want to know. By default, when you get an iPhone or an iPad or an iPod Touch, what's supposed to happen is you turn on the device, and if you are totally blind or visually impaired, you need VoiceOver to help you get started. You can turn your device on, wait a few seconds, and then you can hit your home button 3 times quickly, and it should turn VoiceOver on, and you can kind of continue from there. It does work. It works actually quite well. Here's the problem, is that some carriers especially, I think it's really when you get them like phones from like a third party, like a phone carrier, maybe even like a Best Buy or something. I don't know if they really do it. But I've noticed in a lot of cases, if you're not buying directly from Apple, for whatever reason, the triple click home is actually disabled for some reason. So you may actually still need sighted assistance just to get through that initial setup phase because for whatever reason, somebody has disabled that command. But if I go in here, right now it's set to VoiceOver.
Triple click home.
I can set it to be
selected. VoiceOver.
VoiceOver, which is what I want.
Invert colors.
Invert color.
Zoom.
Zoom, which if some people don't want VoiceOver but they want to turn magnification on and off quickly, really nice.
Assistive touch.
Assistive touch. And that's really weird. I thought there was...
Triple click the home button. Selected. VoiceOver.
There used to be, and I don't know... There used to be another option where it said Ask, where it was, you could Instead, it would just bring up a little menu with little buttons, and I could turn VoiceOver on and off, or Zoom, or any of these things really quickly. I don't know if that's something they changed on the phone, or if they changed on some iOS 6 update, but that's odd. There used to be the bottom choice used to be Ask, so I'm not sure what happened to that option. But there you have it. I mean, like I said, this isn't really a tutorial on how to use any of this stuff yet. That stuff I'm going to try to do here in the upcoming videos, but that just gives you an idea of some of the accessibility features that are built into all iOS devices. So if you do have, some kind of disability, whether it's learning, motor impairment, visual, hearing, they do have some stuff built in, and it's actually getting better. And the one thing that I will say, having now played with Android and iOS devices, is that I like Android for its openness. You can tweak things, you can customize it, you can do all kinds of cool, crazy stuff with it. But if you're looking for straightforward working and just straightforward consistency in accessibility, really, I do believe that, hands down, iOS does have to be the recommended platform. I would definitely recommend that if you're looking for just I want it to work out of the box. I want to have things work pretty consistently throughout, most applications, and I don't want to have to fight or tinker with it a whole lot. That's what you're going to get here. If you don't mind tinkering a lot more and, trying a variety of different apps and tweaking things and stuff like that, you may find Android, because Android has gotten a lot better with version 4.1, 4.2, and who knows what they're going to be doing in the next couple of releases. But, like I said, for consistency and stuff and just ease of use, right now I really would have to say that iOS would be the platform if that's what you are looking for. So that'll wrap it up for this video, and next time in this series I'm going to kind of start from not really unboxing it, because I don't want to just screw up my device and start over from scratch, but basically go through some stuff about how to get started with your iOS device and get started with VoiceOver, some gestures, and how to start using your iPhone. So with that, hope you guys found it helpful, and just leave any comments or suggestions down below. And with that, I will talk to you guys later.
Stop.